Well, this really is the fixture of all fixtures in Italian football. The game that means everything, the game that is everything. Don't even pretend to know what happens next. It is time to abandon all reason, to forget form, just to lose yourself in the hour or two of this mayhem between the two Milan sides, and whatever will be at the end of it all. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. One of the world's great city rivalries, the Milan derby, it has its own chapter in the story of the Italian game.
Well, Peter, a derby with over a century of history and two huge institutions. It's a game, no matter what the dynamic or the significance, has always been a really highly charged affair that's utterly unmissable, and I expect this one to be no different.
The action has already started, and the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. A game this so far beyond the ordinary. Now it's Luis Suarez. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costacurta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite. Maradona! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Bisek getting this one clear. And it's De Bruyne. Can he get away here? Shapes to shoot! Now, who's going to be first to this? It's Totti! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
And he's had a hit! Just a fraction high.
De Bruyne nearly produced a moment of magic. He knew the strike was pure.
Asllani. Inter Milan were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
Makaleli. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. He's found a way past. And here's a chance. Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 2 then. Keeper's dealt with that. He's got a side of goal! Oh, that's a waste.
Yeah, on another occasion, all that went wrong may come right.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected. It's a corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now who's going to be first to this? Out for a throw. Makalele clears it away. It's a really well-measured ball.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Oh, the ball's come loose here. He's having a go. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break, 1-0. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Milan merit their advantage on the balance of play. They did most of the probing and got their reward, although they should have a bigger lead. Could come back to haunt them.
Well, it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. Milan head for the Luis Suarez! Just too much. Fractions.
Oh, how close was that to going in? It only required the smallest of tweaks.
Ashlani. Zielinski. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Maradona. Oh, sweet. He's gone for goal! Always going over the top.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Zielinski. And it's Luis Suarez. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Can he stop it going out? Throw in. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the message they're sending out now is...
Oh, here's a chance!
Mohamed Salah really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Zalewski.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
It's Maradona! And he nearly went all the way.
Maradona can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
There will be a throw-in.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And it's De Bruyne. De Bruyne! Milan clearly looking to hold on here right to the end. Mkhitaryan powering forward here. The less said about that pass, the better. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Mohamed Salah. The fullback is in acres of space here.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Another throw-in. Rossoneri. Got a shot away! And that is wildly off target. Stefan de Vrij. And Bisek. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. The end of the game. Reflections?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.